So right now, if you've got values that are not serving you, it's because on some level, they're bringing you a lot of pleasure. And so what you get to do is say, okay, well, what are these values actually costing me? Because they're not bringing me pleasure. When I actually become aware of them and look at them, they're not bringing me pleasure. And in fact, they're costing me a lot. They're holding me back when I'm really honest. Some of your values right now are holding you back. This is a big thing for everyone to realize. So quite often people come to me and they're like, why don't I feel happy? Like, why am I happy? What's wrong with me? And I'm like, perfect. You're a perfectly functioning human being. Great, congratulations. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, that's your brain's job. It's not designed to make you happy. It's meant to keep you alive. And in fact, for every one positive, they say, you will see 8 negatives because it's survival. That's all it's interested in. So again, this is where the spiritual dimension comes in as well. Like understanding that you have 2 parts to yourself. You've kind of got the bodily, part of yourself, which is just, I guess, more primitive. Like it's just emotion, like kind of like more animalistic. And then you've got that higher part of you that can think beyond where you are right now, that can see beyond your current circumstances. So you've got these 2 things at play. And by default, like your body will just focus on survival. It will focus on, even if you're with the most incredible partner, it will actually, again, spot the negatives. It will highlight them. And people can be like, well, that's really messed up. Well, you could say that, or you could just be like, that is what it is. And now that I'm aware of it, I need to allow for it, and I need to train myself, train myself to start focusing on what's incredible about this human. I need to honor this human every single day because I've got that tendency, that natural tendency to focus on the negatives. I need to allow for that. Again, you don't have to plant weeds. Weeds grow automatically, as Tony Robbins says. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. All right. So just know that. So you've got that negative tendency and you've got that pain and pleasure. You're always seeking pleasure over pain. That's what you're doing. So you get to a point in your life where you've made these certain values. You believe certain things bring you more pleasure than pain. And you get to a point in your life where you're like, okay, I prioritize these things because I believe they bring me more pleasure. So right now, if you've got values that are not serving you, it's because on some level, they're bringing you a lot of pleasure. All right. And so what you get to do is say, okay, well, what are these values actually costing me? Because they're not bringing me pleasure. When I actually become aware of them and look at them, they're not bringing me pleasure. And in fact, they're costing me a lot. They're holding me back when I'm really honest. Some of your values right now are holding you back. And that's beautiful. And that's fine. So what gets to happen? You get to link pain to those current values, link pain. And that's actually sitting down, writing down, what's it costing you in all dimensions of your life? What's it costing you in your family life? What's it costing you in your finances? What's it costing you in your business? What's it costing you in your relationships? So on and so forth. And actually link a lot of pain to values that don't serve you or behaviors that don't serve you. Link pain in your brain. And if you get enough references, your brain will begin to shift and it will make way for something new. It will be like, well, I want pleasure. And so that's where you insert something that would bring you pleasure. Oh, reaching this outcome in my business will bring me a lot of pleasure. Reaching this new level in my relationship will bring me more pleasure. And you get to stack up, well, what would I do? And you get to create that, like really, this is living on purpose, guys. This is living on purpose.